What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Renewable Energy Smart Pod. I'm your host, Sean McMahon, and today I'm coming to you from day one of the American Clean Power Association's Clean Power Conference in New Orleans. The event got underway this morning with a session that featured retired U.S. Army General Stanley McChrystal, offering his insights on the geopolitical landscape, energy security, and how companies should look internally as well as externally to prepare for future crises. And when you think about crises and throw in supply chain issues, who has better experience tackling those kinds of challenges than Stanley McChrystal? After that, John Podesta, Senior Advisor to the President for Clean Energy Innovation and Implementation, took the stage to tout what the Biden administration has already accomplished regarding its clean energy jobs and justice goals. Podesta noted the billions of dollars of investments that have already been made around the U.S. and how efforts like the Inflation Reduction Act are driving down costs of clean energy around the world. Later, a panel of industry leaders took the stage to discuss the state of the industry. Obviously, the Inflation Reduction Act was a key topic, as was the current debt ceiling standoff in Washington. The panel also discussed transmission woes, with Clearway Energy's Craig Cornelius urging policymakers to put party politics aside and view transmission like their predecessors viewed the interstate highway system when it was created. That's just a sampling of some of the issues being discussed here in the Big Easy. Throughout this week, I've invited guests to come on the show to share their insights about what's happening here in NOLA. First up is Mark Bradley, the president of Bradley Construction Management, which is part of the Bureau Veritas family of services. Mark, how's the conference going so far?
It's going great so far. Yeah, quite a bit of activity out there. We're seeing a real surge in attendees here this first day, and so it's been going really well.
I gotcha. And just, for some of our listeners that might not be familiar with your company, what do you all do?
So Bradley Construction Management provides owner's representation to project sponsors, mostly during the construction phase of projects. So we'll put construction managers out on a project site to represent the owner, and so it's like a construction oversight. But we also do project management, we do pre-construction and owner's engineering as well. But we're part of a larger organization, which is Bureau Veritas, which is a large public company based out of Paris.
I gotcha. What we're doing here at this show is we're trying to take the pulse of what's going on, what all the hot topics are in the convention center here. So I know we're only about halfway through day one, but what's burning up everyone's ears out there?
I guess the number one topic is all the parties that are going on. So we started yesterday evening, and then there's a whole slew this evening. So that's probably the first topic. But from a business perspective, still the number one topic is solar modules, and who has them, who doesn't, what's shipping, what's not shipping, and kind of the latest was the recent braid with Jinko modules. So that's got people at least somewhat concerned. Yes.
Yeah, it definitely seems like the developers that have a secure supply of panels are enjoying smoother construction timelines than others. Are you seeing that in the market?
Yeah, it's certainly a factor right now. Many projects are ready to start or have, in some cases, have actually started and still trying to work through module issues. So it's an industry problem, and it doesn't really seem like it's going to be cleared up really anytime very soon.
Obviously, at your company, you see a lot of things out there in the field. What are the trends are you recognizing that are kind of shaping this industry right now? Obviously, the ACP came out with a report today that the growth of clean energy has kind of slowed in 2022 and maybe even the first part of 2023. Does that match with what you're seeing out there?
Well, we've seen a really big bump in the industry since about the third quarter of last year. So it's still going pretty strong for us, but we definitely see a lot of projects concluding toward the end of this year, and although there's a lot of projects in the pipeline expected to start later this year and into 24, we just need to make sure they actually start now. So that's always a concern.
So you kind of talked about what you've heard around the halls today. What are you looking forward to? Any sessions or any speakers the rest of this week you got your eye on, or just racked and stacked with meetings, more parties? What are we going to do?
No, really, it's about, for us, it's about connecting with not just existing clients, which is really important to see them because, it's obviously a national business, and it's hard to go see clients these days. A lot of our clients aren't really back in their offices on a regular basis, and so this is an opportunity to see everybody in one location. But it's also a chance to meet some key prospects so that we can, really do a good focused, sales meeting with them and, talk about our capabilities and find out what their needs are and those kinds of things. And then, honestly, this is a niche kind of an industry. Everybody knows each other, so it's also great to just reconnect with colleagues, with clients, vendors, and even some competitors that we like to see and just socialize with.
Yeah, it seems like this week's full of opportunities like that. I mean, you mentioned the party last night. I got a shout out to Avangrid Renewables. They put on a heck of an event for the opening night at the Sugar Mill. That was a lot of fun. So what regions are you looking to expand in, or where are you kind of focusing your business these days?
Well, from a geographic region, we're all over the U.S. and hopefully here in Hawaii very soon. But from a more of a service line perspective, we're really, our bread and butter work is still construction management, but we're certainly trying to do more work in owner's engineering and including cybersecurity and SCADA. But if you look at just the types of projects, we've seen a tremendous growth in number of battery projects, especially since last year this time. So not only co-located with solar, which we saw a lot of, but also now a lot of standalone battery. So quite a bit of that. There's a lot of transmission now, and so we're doing some transmission work, and that's a real focus right now as well.
Well, that's definitely another one of the hot topics already today is the transmission and the backup in the queues and things like that. So before we get out of here, I got to ask you, have you had a chance to cruise the convention floor? See any cool technologies out there that caught your eye or solutions?
I went around a little bit this morning, but I've been pretty handcuffed to the booth all day, so I haven't had a chance to. But I always like seeing the Pierce. I always like their booth. That's one of my favorite booths with the converted container. So that's always nice. But
yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff out there.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I know you're very busy, Mark, but I appreciate you taking some time to chat with me today, and enjoy the rest of the week.
Yeah, same here. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, everyone. Well, that's our show for today. Thank you all for listening. And if you haven't already, please subscribe or follow this show on Apple, Spotify, Google, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. And as always, please be sure to share it with your friends and colleagues. Have a great day.